My name is Richard Seiersen. I'm the co-founder of Soluble, and I've spent years as a CISO. That's why today I'm excited to talk to you about iacbot. It's a free GitHub app for scanning your infrastructure as code. So things like Terraform, CloudFormation, and Kubernetes. It's used by developers, DevOps, and even security. And as a cloud-native CISO, my number one risk has been overprivileged, misconfigured cloud-native infrastructure. And my number one desire was fixing that in development prior to deployment. My number one challenge, cost. So this is why we've created iacbot. Today, I'm going to walk you through a really quick demo. And I double dog dare you to find a faster, easier, more economical way to scan your infrastructure as code in development. There's no typing, it's browser only, and you don't have to be an expert to use it. So before we go into the demo, I need to make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to what actually is infrastructure as code. So with that, we'll start with the 800-pound gorilla in the room. That's Terraform. If you're doing anything in the cloud, chances are you're using Terraform. 9 times out of 10, it's always Terraform. And it's used to expose infrastructure in GCP, Google, Azure, AWS, and more. Very popular. If you're not using that, you're likely using CloudFormation. Here we have an example of CloudFormation being used to expose S3 buckets to the world. We in security are very familiar with S3 buckets. We call them leaky buckets. There's been a lot of breaches where S3 buckets are at the root cause for exposing data to the bad guys. And Kubernetes. Kubernetes is huge with developers. Kubernetes YAML is the file type that they use for exposing infrastructure to the world. And increasingly, developers are also using Terraform and CloudFormation. Used to be just the DevOps and site reliability engineers, but now developers are doing it all. So this leads us to our demo. I'm not going to assume you actually have access to GitHub, particularly if you're a security leader, a security practitioner. You might not. So why not have your own? You can go to github.com and sign up, and in literally 10 seconds, you'll have your own account. And I'm going to assume that you may not have access to some Terraform, in this case, to scan. You might want to try it first before you try it in-house. So we've created some insecure Terraform just for you. You go to Leaky Data Corp, and then you're going to go ahead and get the Terraform AWS. The way you do that is you navigate to this page, and you're going to fork the Terraform AWS to your account. Forking just means copying and pasting. So I'll click that. I'll choose my account, and it's going to think for a little bit. Processing, essentially it's copying and pasting over that Kubernetes, or excuse me, Terraform into my environment. Could be Kubernetes, could be CloudFormation. In this case, it's Terraform. And here it is. Great, it exists. Now we need to scan it. So with that, we're gonna go to Soluble. So again, I just wanna make sure you understand. We explained what infrastructure as code is. We got a free account on GitHub. You got access and forked over or copied over some insecure Terraform. Now we're going to scan it. It's really simple. You click Get Started. And then you're going to click GitHub. From there, you choose your account. And you have an option. You have an option to scan everything, all repositories, which is, by the way, a good idea. But just to be expedient, we're going to do a subset. We're going to choose what we just selected moments ago, what we just forked over. You can see it right here. I'm going to select that. And I'm going to authorize, and it's going to start scanning. And here it goes. And it's going to drop us into a landing page. Look at this. Here we are already. Successfully imported your repositories to Soluble. Get results now, or see results now. I click on that, and here we are. Look at that. We're getting scanned. Terraform AWS is actually getting scanned. We can see the process here that's going on. And we see some results. We see that these have turned colored. If it hadn't been scanned, it would be gray like this. We can rescan by clicking the play button here, but let's drill in and see what you have. We get dropped into a dashboard, has a lot of details you can look into. There's one thing I want you to see though, is this bottom area here. We actually use 2 different open source scanners to scan this code. We use TFSec, which is an open source solution, and Chekhov, which is another open source solution. Why two? Just to make sure that we have close to, if not 100% coverage on your code. So that's what you have here, complete coverage. And by the way, you may not have noticed this, but if you already had a GitHub account, you're looking at 2 clicks to get scans done in really seconds, right? It took about, I don't know, 20 seconds to get that scan result in. So it's really quick. So that is iacbot for you. Really simple. And I think important, by the way, is that we have a very generous free tier for you to use. Again, for me, this is the most important, highest risk area within security, right? Insecure cloud native infrastructure that's getting rushed out by development. Let's help them, let's work with them, and let's get this stuff scanned first, early. Thank you so much for your time.